When I got Platinum God in the base version of Binding of Isaac Rebirth, there were no rewards for beating Mega Satan, so I didn't do it. Not with the Lost anyway. I thought I'd save it for when they added the achievements. And as I never recorded any of my other runs at the time, I thought, you know, I'll record this one, do a proper video, and just kept recording it until I got a decent run. And my first decision, pick between two terrible and inappropriate items. That was nearly the run over right there. Had a few invincibility frames to get back out of the room. Now you might wonder, why did I pick up Blood Rights? Seeing as that works by harming your character and you have no health with the Lost, so it's just an instant death button. And yeah, I'll admit it was a bit of a judgment call. For some reason they decided now the Lost should start with the D4, which randomly re-rolls all of your items, which is great until you get to the point where you unlock Holy Mantle as a default item, which you absolutely don't want to lose. So that's an extra, you get an extra chance in each room. You can get hit once without taking health damage. So if you use the D4, you will lose that. Well, I don't know if there's a theoretical chance that you'd keep it, but I think you almost certainly lose it. So when it came down to it, I thought, if I'm gonna, if pressing space is going to ruin my run, I'd rather it just did it by killing me outright. It's a better incentive not to do it. Took a while to find that secret room there. So yeah, I guess some people might have restarted the run straight off with the first item being nonsense, but that's not how I like to do things. This was after I'd done everything with the Keeper, the new character, and one of the new characters. And I realised afterwards that's the one I should have been recording. That would have been more impressive. The loss is a lot easier than it was. Now you get Holy Mantle. And Spectral Tears as well, so you can hide. You could hide in the rocks and still shoot at things. So yeah, the first boss reward there was a HP up item, which again does nothing, not an auspicious first floor at all. And of course, to get to Mega Satan, we need to get into the angel rooms, and in order to get into the angel rooms we need to not take the deals in any devil rooms, which is a shame because that's one of the main plus points of the Lost, that you can get those for free. So we've got our work cut out for us right here. Of course, I say the Keeper would have been more impressive to record it. Might not have made for very interesting watching. There's a lot of running back and forth across the map to sacrifice rooms, and then back to pick up more coins, and then back to the sacrifice rooms, and then back to get more coins. Not exactly riveting viewing. So goat head, not bad, not too bad. At least it's a sort of guarantee of getting a devil or angel room. Although one of the criteria for having a better chance is to not take damage, and seeing as he can't take damage with this character anyway, it was a pretty decent chance to begin with. And Rainbow Tears is a bit of a curate's egg as well, because occasionally you get an explosive tear that might explode in your face. But it's perhaps a worthwhile trade-off for the occasional one that's I don't know what you call them, sort of the holy light kind of effect. Well, the explosivo effect is quite good as well. I only just noticed in time there that I'd slowed him down, and therefore I shouldn't be running away. I shouldn't be running to where he was, because that was where he would drop back down to us. So it's okay though. I think there's a real difference from the vanilla version, where you just... I don't know if we could have got by with such a sort of poor start, because there just didn't used to be... there would be no option to make a mistake. Ooh, 1 coin. Yeah, rooms like this are annoying when you've got a pretty low damage and tears rate. Well, that's where there's one of those explosivo comes in handy. You can get one of those on an enemy and stay a safe distance away. Yeah, honestly, I forget when this run started getting good. I should add that this was I recorded this more than a year ago, and I only just got round to doing some commentary on it. So, I need to, at this point I'm trying to decide if I can become powerful enough to risk taking on that challenge room. So this is good, I can pay to re-roll this item for a while. Or I can just take my coins. These Peeper Eye, that's just mediocre. That gives Eternal Hearts, does nothing for the lost. Not a great item, but I can use it temporarily here. Yeah, I think my initial thought was that, yeah, I'll take that Doctor's Remote and have that as my item. I think I saw sense after a while that it was just asking for trouble, because it's so easy to just blow yourself up. So yeah, suddenly I remember I've left Blood Rites in here. I can re-roll that into something else. Toxic Shock. That's a good item. As I understand it, that scales with your damage. So as the game goes on, it will become better. Not sure why I didn't pick up that fish head. Yeah, doesn't that give you flies and such like? It's not a bad item. So yeah, sudden random explosive tear from nowhere, putting me on the brink of failure. Taking no chances with my remote airstrike. So this sort of room where you can fly is just more tedious than anything else, and to play really cautiously. Yeah, lost my immunity. Not playing cautiously enough, having it all said and done. Not sure why I used a bomb there when I could have used the airstrike. Ditto. Still gets me in the shop for free. And red candle. Things are starting to look up. I think the other item there was Nightlight, which I don't know whether it might have been whether it would have been worth taking that, or it's a bit mediocre, I suppose. So the good thing about the red candle is you can set up a load of flames in rooms where you know you're going to be facing a tough enemy. The disadvantage to it is that I usually, during fights, I forget that I'm carrying it and just occasionally half-heartedly throw out a flame and nothing comes of it. Some more deals I can't take, but got the damage up. So hopefully been gradually working my way through the pool of rubbish, useless items to move on to some actually helpful ones.
Full health.
Yes. It has restored all 0 hearts of health. So yeah, rather than going for the item room first, I decided, of course, yeah, it makes sense. I'll do this boss room that's just got regular chests in it. I guess I was thinking, well, maybe there'll be maybe once I beat it, there might be a decent item at the end. And at the time I was sort of aware that I'm recording it and thinking of, you know, I'm sort of planning on uploading it once I'm done. So I'm thinking, I wonder how long I can really spend putting these flames down. So I should have put more, because it's Peep and he's the worst boss ever. Well, the worst boss at this stage in the game. One of the worst bosses of this. I can't back my. I can't back that statement up. But it's just those homing eyeballs as you go around. Not great when you got no hit points. See, this was sheer hubris to come into this room. You know, I could have died there, and arguably I should have. It would have taught me a lesson. At that point I wasn't entirely sure whether I'd lost my immunity, so I'll just go out of the room and back in again, just in case. You can see now where as the damage is going up, that some of the weaker enemies are just getting instantly killed at the start of the rooms. This is a trend we would like to continue. And again, there they all go. Obviously not going for not the sort of run where we're going for boss rush, but more leisurely. Yeah, Sackhead. Pretty overpowered.
Bercano. Hagalaz.
You get so much stuff.
Perthro.
I'll be honest, I can't remember what any of that was supposed to be achieving. Those runes. I think we're still looking for the item room. There it is.
The stars.
Robo Baby. I don't know whether he's the most mediocre baby, but he's surely among the more mediocre. Oh, I don't know, he's alright. Yeah, tempting to just take passage to the next floor, but we need more bus items and we need those angel rooms. It's kind of a thing. We need to get the key halves. So yeah, I had a couple of damage upgrades, but not exactly making short work of these bosses yet. These, might help a bit. Those tears are starting to look a bit bigger.
The Hermit.
Yeah, Curse of the Lost is pretty annoying. Luckily I have an unerring sense of direction. Having said that, I did immediately teleport out of the first room, so I don't really have a frame of reference. See the number of times that there's another one. The number of times this run would have just been over without having. You know, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they shouldn't have put the Holy Mantle in there. It's good. It's good. It is better. It is a better character with that power. But people, you know, people should appreciate the skill and effort it took to do a lot of these things before that was a thing. But you know, maybe those of us who did will be rewarded in our own way. Spoiler alert. Yeah, it's kind of a trivial room when you can fly. Got to be wary in those curse rooms, because if you take damage inside, then you're going to die trying to leave through the door. Which, given that some of the chests will just have bombs in them, it's worth considering. Again, four chests which I can open for free. It's just too tempting. I believe it was Oscar Wilde who said I can resist everything except temptation. Which it's not that impressive really, is it? Because that covers everything. I don't think he's realised that.
Two of diamonds.
So I think again at this point I've found everything except the item room. See what I mean about that sense of direction? Unerring. It does not err.
Yera. The world.
It's doubled up on that world card and was able to satisfy my curiosity over the question of whether it okay, I've clearly not been paying attention. I guess I did find the item room? What was in the item room? Answers on a postcard. Oh look, it's Godhead. The best item in the game. Ooh. Well, arguably among the best and hardest to unlock items in the game, and in the current version of the game you can't unlock it until you've done this task that I'm trying to do now. But luckily I got all the achievements with the old version of the Lost. So I feel I've earned the right to have Godhead while I face Mega Satan. And this beastie right here. So, things is looking up. Yeah, still I've got 58 coins, but I'm still spending my time putting out these fires, scrabbling for pennies. I've not been keeping score of how many times I've lost the protection of the Holy Mantle. I suspect it's quite a lot by this point. So it's not the most impressive item in the game there, and I think I'm in sort of two minds there about taking it. But what I want to ask now, and I'll leave this as an exercise to the viewer, is why on earth didn't I just take the item and then use the card to teleport to the shop, thus bypassing all the boss fights? We may never know. Benefit of hindsight. Because, you know, now's my chance to realise that I've got the Joker card. I could still do it. I could go in the boss room, take the item, play the Joker card, and get out of this thing cheap. I guess I'm just too addicted to pushing my luck, fighting boss rushes for no good reason.
Two of spades. One.
Not really interested in... To be honest, I think all of the... apart from the D6, I've never really been interested in any of the other dice. It always just seems like they do more harm than good. So. So it occurred to me after fighting the previous angel that, you know, I put more than enough fires down the last time around, but I didn't put them in, I didn't position them very well. So I'm trying to get a bit more, it a bit more surrounded. And I suspect this turns out to be complete overkill. But things are going well, I don't want to take any risks. Well, I don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Well, I don't want to take any stupid unnecessary risks. Okay, I do take some stupid unnecessary risks. So we have the key, now we just need to get to the last level in one piece. And we've got carte blanche to go into devil rooms if need be, if any of them crop up. That's where I realise I'm no good at finding the middle section of a wall. Let's just go by what's opposite the door over here. So yeah, I've got Godhead, got the, you know, they got this great damaging aura all around all the tears that I fire, but at this point I'm thinking, no, I need that little tiny extra toxic splash that this item is going to give me, and it's a great idea to risk the entire run. In fairness, that was a pretty easy set of bosses at this point.
There cannot be a fortune.
I'm sort of hoping for a decent trinket at this point. Flat penny there gives you more keys, but I've got lots of keys. I've got plenty. I think it's quite lucky to get the red version of this boss because there's no, it doesn't spawn enemies. Less to worry about. And yet I always forget that I've used a Joker card. Curse of Darkness. This is where I'm wishing I picked up that nightlight early on. Do you see how close that Gurdy thing came to killing me just then? Would have been seriously cheesed off. So I guess that put me in mind of my own mortality, and I finally had the good sense and wisdom to not bother with a challenge room. So I've already got a decent number of power-ups and resources at this point. It's time to just focus on survival. See, at that point, I realised one of them was going to hit me. I just thought, no, I'll take the hit. Because by the time my immunity wears off, I can kill them both. It's a tactical, strategic manoeuvre.
Justice.
So yeah, no messing about, straight onto the boss fight. Another good one to fight is the Lost. Like, oh no, spikes come out of the ground. Glad I haven't got feet. So how about that? All stats up, and then all stats up again. I suppose I could have blown up the angel statue again for another item, but let's not push our luck, shall we? instant death floating in the room. And finally, a sort of safety net in the shape of Guppy's collar. I don't know if it's literally 50-50, I think it might be. So now if I die, I may or may not come back to life. I suppose with all the curse rooms I've been going in, you'd maybe hope by now to have found something like that sooner. 9 lives or something.
Infested.
I always call it 9 lives, but the item is called Dead Cat, isn't it? I know cats are meant to have 9 lives, but I don't think that can literally apply to dead cats. They're dead. They have no lives. It's possible I'm overthinking it.
The lovers.
Yeah, tempting, but I'll stick with the red candle. So. Back there was one of those rooms with the spikes I can fly over and the 2 key blocks that I all but guarantee I'll run into and accidentally use up keys. Yep, there goes one of them. Yeah, so it was, and there's the other. Just wanted there to show off the fact that I could have had an extra heart if I was any other character. So what happened just before that, I was looking for the super secret room and then just decided I couldn't be bothered. Good to just pick that up. So I've owned 2 out of 3 Guppy items, just in case I get to do the transformation, which I don't think happened in this run, but never mind. So it's getting to the point with some of these boss battles that I can just take the risk of doing a kind of suicide run-in at them, and I'll have killed them by the time the immunity wears off. Which wasn't the plan here. But those legs are hard to avoid. And then death. And fortunately, respawnage. So at this point I'm thinking, I don't want to go that way anymore. I don't want to rely on this possible respawn but possible game over. And I don't want Bob's brain either, because that will just cause all kind of explosions and hurt me. Now I have since read that you can kind of cheat the Guppy's collar item by something like if you get game over, you quickly quit the game and it will reload, and when you go back in, you'll be able to continue and keep doing it until you actually respawn. But that wouldn't be very sportsmanlike.
Health up.
Can you believe I spent all that time giving keys to that key beggar and all I got was this fly that goes around in circles and is of basically no help. I guess they can't all be winners. So I'm hoping against hope that the boss room will be this way, because I don't want to go back and face Daddy Longlegs, my murderer. And mercifully, here it is. So, I think to myself, I'll drop that card, because that was the devil card, I think. Some temporary power-up. Because I remember that I left a card in another room. Down here. Strength, another temporary power-up. Brief interlude to decide which of these is better than the other. Not sure I see the point of either of them really, but take this one, might as well. I think I forgot that I already got the small rock damage upgrade. Got more bombs than I'm likely to need for the rest of the run, so it's not doesn't make much difference either way. So at this point, I freely admit that I have alt-tabbed out and I'm looking at the wiki to find out which one's better out of the strength card and the devil card, because I want to save the better one for afterwards. And maybe it's not in the spirit of the game to be pausing to look these things up, but I don't care. I've come this far. This is a pretty powerful run, but I mean, there have been times where I've got to this point and destroying these bosses within a matter of seconds, so so this is the final screw you from the game, Curse of the Blind, and just caution be damned, I'll just pick everything up, even though they... I mean, if one of those had been like soy milk or something, I've been laughing out the other side of my face. And believe it or not, until I got to this point, I'd totally forgotten that the battle doesn't start straight away. So I was like, oh great, I'm free to put down some more flames with the red candle. So, good news, you get to watch me do that for the next few minutes. Trying to remember where the mini bosses sort of spawn. Because I've got to fight Mega Satan, all the Ultra Deadly Sins, the two Dark Angels, and the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, with 1 hit point, or 2 hit points, depending on how you look at it. So here it goes. Trying to kill them myself before I use up too many of these flames. And that's quite handy as well. I don't think I realised that those flames block some of the shots. So I've got to the point there where he started spawning random bosses, not damaging him quite quickly enough. Doing well though, not lost my invulnerability yet. Just one final challenge left. And fortunately, he died before the bullet hell could reach me. So that was it. That was in real time how I defeated Mega Satan. And your reward is you get to suffocate in a box while being some sort of demon. It makes sense in it doesn't make much more sense in context.